It's my thing. And to make sure my camera was turned on because it was trying to come off. All right. Here's my question to you. I got a question for white folks and our enemies, any nations outside the nation of Israel. If you're not an Israelite, then you're the enemy. All right. All we now 2019, we got all these scam calls. Them scam callers, they can blow your phone up from day in, day out, overnight, all of that. So if the white man is evil, now here's what you can do. Since the evil nature that's in you, in the so-called white folks, get rid of them scammers that's calling people. If y'all, I mean, you know what I mean? Manifest that part of it. Y'all, there is no excuse for a white man is to have that much evil in his nature. But they quick to get on here and accuse and be willing to arrest a black man, especially a black man, over some allegations, over some white women that said. They quick to take actions in that. But how come they can't be quick to take action in some of these con artists and scammers that's calling people? They always try to make image. But how come you can't expose them scammers and make them look bad? Y'all can't do that. Y'all is the most wickedest. They want to make you pay for health insurance, all that kind of stuff. I see how they had a scene making that woman pay all insurance, health insurance, good insurance, qualify for the service. She got all kinds of questions and all that. They can do all of that. As America, as the so-called America is, America's Babylon, according to the Bible, it is. About these scammers that's calling people up and harass somebody on the phone all night long, can call the police, or that family can call the police. And they'll come immediately, boom, trace that call. Them people press charges. That person can be in captivity. They come put handcuffs on them and put them in captivity. This is what they do. But they can't get rid of them scammers. You know why they can't get rid of the scammers? Because they in on it. They all for that. If America, what people need to understand, the so-called white man is not for righteousness at all. How do I know that? All you have to do is look at the gay law that they passed. You can go into any Christianity church. That's why I removed myself from that. I realized that I have been cheated out of my salvation the whole time. And I stopped going to any of them. Because that's why people is destroyed right now. Gay laws. If they pass the gay law, that's about. So you know, America, they hate God and they hate the Bible. They do. They really do. They don't fear God, and they're not. But they lie to their children every day. Go priests who've been molesting those children for decades. You see what I'm saying? They went on a rant and locked Mr. Cosby up, Bill Cosby. Then they call themselves trying hard, trying to get Marvin Freeman, Mr. Man. You see what I'm saying? Leave black people alone. Go and get those that have been doing this for centuries. Pope Alexander III or whatever they did. Yeah. All that to them children for them white Catholic priests that they come up for. Yeah. Y'all know about all that. Covered up for them people. Them white homes and stuff in the Roman Catholic, in the Catholic Church. Yeah. If you're going to start somewhere, start with the white Roman Catholic Church, because that's where it is. That's what y'all need to be doing. But y'all sit up here and be black people and be evil and load to the black race, the so-called black race. I say so-called because we're not really black. Race black back nowhere. We all according to the Bible, supposed to the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? So y'all better, y'all, that's what y'all are. They have that. It has always have been their aim. The economy always have been their aim is to destroy R. Kelly, and what they do, their own black people, character, all the media and trying to just make R. Kelly look bad. You see every other the people, women of color, that this is what the media is doing. This is the whole purpose of white folks, so us anyway. You see what I'm saying? Especially the black man, they role is to emasculate, feminize the black man at home, and all this started from slavery anyway. When owners would take, the white slave owners would take and rape. Not only did they rape black, we think of rape female, but yes, female. They had violated too during slavery and rape and all that stuff. They did, because yes, according to I think exactly the book, it says lots from they my people. For a boy forward out these to the Asian doing breed boys, so they would continue Davis and stuff. And us, these people are so Edomite too, so we can depopulate the earth, black man and the black woman, and breed them off and breed more like people who look like monkeys. And that's what that slave mentality, the Irish, the Germans, and the Spains, all the slaves. All so maybe it'll they aim, do everything is to destroy man of color's image. And this is what they're doing. And we have to understand what's going on. This is what they would do. So the black boys was being raped. It wasn't, but it was the black women too, because it's probably in the Bible that they did this. It's out to be the biggest threat on the planet. The white man is a bigger Even the plant hate white folks. Animals, the nature of animals hate them. The animals tired of them. Nature hate. The sun hates them. Why you think the sun? They put tan on their skin and get dark, and they get out there and they can't sit out there in the sun long. They have did atrocities to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people of America. They really have. They went all over the planet, in Greece, Rome. I mean, they went everywhere. They went to west, north, south, because a lot of our people scattered all over, and everything they put their hands to, they destroyed. And they're still doing it to this day. The so-called white man is nothing but a cancer to this planet. You can see it on TV every day, and you have a lot of people on social media, especially on social media too, and in the TV too. A lot of black women and a lot of black men is co-signing these things being signed away and trying to make R. Kelly's image and Marvin Freeman and Bill Cosby, Mr. Cosby, look bad in the media. They co-signing this every day. How can you sit up and co-sign something on your own people? You see what I'm saying? So back to the scamming part. All these people that call these people phone, harassing them day in and day out to their phone. And it's all the evil that white folks manifest. If they was, you know what I mean? They can't get rid of these scammers. You know why? Because they in on it. If you're going to do something, buckle up against calling people every day, day in and day out. You know, you see what I'm saying? But let somebody get on the phone and harass their people in their bed while they sleep at night and see how fast they'll trace your call and be ready to come and put you in their captivity. I'm just saying. See how fast they'll be ready to come and put you in their captivity. Especially some white woman who want to deal with an Edomite white devil. Oh, he was calling my phone. Oh, now, yes, he was. Yes. Then they tracing the call, and before you know it, you got 9 or 10 Edomite devils putting handcuffs on you. Put your hand behind your back. You have a right to plead and remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. That's what they do. But they can't get rid of the scams like that. And we get them scam calls. The phone just, you want to literally just take it, just slang it in the river somewhere. They get so many calls. You get so many calls on them phones from them scammers. But they can't do nothing about that. Nah, because that's too much like right. Because they greedy dogs for money. They greedy for money. But they want to turn around and call themselves trying to arrest you over harassing a white family on the phone, especially a black man. And they'll take action with that quicker, but they can't take action with these scam artists calling people. I find that to be a bit odd. You see what I'm saying? No, as long as they're doing it to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they don't care. You know why? Because it is in their nature. They are doing what they are bred to do, is to be the evil race that they are. That's what they're doing. They're doing it to manifest. God created them is to manifest the purpose that He made them. We didn't listen to Him and follow enemies against us. And now that's wisdom that's too high for a fool. You see what I'm saying? But what about that Seventh-day Adventist white pastor? Yeah. You ain't heard no more about him. No, they ain't exposing the Seventh-day Adventist white pastor. Yeah, get that Seventh-day Adventist white pastor. For all them kids, them white kids, he done sat up there and molested. White women, they do that stuff too. Go get them female white pedophiles. dating their students and all that. You don't hear that much about them, but they want to betray a black man, a black person in black person's image in the media. What I'm saying, my purpose of making this video is leave the man R. Kelly alone. Let the man go. I know it's black people pushing and co-signing this type of stuff. They need to get out of that too. Because if they don't, they're going to be destroyed right here with the so-called white man along when God destroy America. They're going to be destroyed right along with their enemy, loving their enemy. And they're going to be tossed into a million pieces when the Most High get through with them. The Bible says all that are joined with them shall be devoured with the white man. That's what it says. So, yeah, they want to come on here, R. Kelly and Mr. Cosby look bad, and Marvin Freeman and all that kind of stuff. You ain't never seen them put no white man, a white woman in the media and make them look bad for saying what they done did in their past, but they want to pull up a black man's past. White people, man, they dirty, man. But it's in. And they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. So, yeah, gonna come up and try to put that. When I look at Mr. R. Kelly's name in the media, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so sick of this hand. I can't even describe to y'all how sick that makes me when I look at that. A lot of the videos that I see online, I can't even continue watching the video out because it's so disgusting to me to sit there and see our people co-signing white folks, degrading our people. And we have been degraded for over 400 years of slavery. And even to this, people still jumping on the bandwagon over a few nickels. Want to be superior to the white man. Yeah. And trying to drag this man's name. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? An innocent man. But you don't see him doing white folks like that. How about go back and get Dylan Roof for what he did? Continue to flash him on the TV. 15. Dylan Roof did that 4 years ago. Bring that pass up. Y'all ain't said nothing else about Dylan Roof. See, Dylan Roof, a hamburger. They rewarded him a hamburger, and a black woman jumped on the bandwagon and was cooning forgiveness to this man. How come they couldn't do me a favor? Just like they black women, just like they Dylan Roof a hamburger for them. You know what y'all? And offer our own people a hamburger if we talking against our own. Instead of talking against them for the stuff that they done bad, let us offer them a reward, or a TV, or a computer, or something like that, and say, hey, thank you, Mr. R. Kelly, for what you did, or whatever. Here's a laptop, or here's a computer, or here's whatever, or here's a part. We're going to throw you a party. You know, they're going to take up for their own. But us as a people of color, we are so damaged. We get on here and we talk against our own people all the time. I have no videos on none of my other YouTube channel, on none of my YouTube channels. You don't see me on here degrading my own people, not on no YouTube. No. I don't have that on mine. That's not coming here. You see what I'm saying? The white folks, they turn around and rewarded him a hamburger, and the black woman offered forgiveness. Now, think about it. Do you think white women will turn around and down talk another white man for what they have done? No. Do you think that a white man would down talk. You've never seen this here. You don't hardly see this here. It's mostly they flashing us because they want to make us out to be, they want to paint our images as negative. Let me tell y'all what black means. Black simply means dirty, filthy, and disgusting. That's what black means. That's what it means. Do you know what white means? White means purity and righteousness. So the white man took and painted Jay's image white to signify that white folks are pure. How can they be pure? And you in these images in the media, in the churches, and put Caesar Borgia, Pope Alexander VI's son, Caesar Borgia, who raped his own sister and killed his own brother, and put it in every Christian denomination like this. And that's how white folks do. That's in their nature to rape, rob, and murder. They raped, robbed, and murdered the native Indians and the Latinos and American people. That's all they've been doing. And then they killed off the indigenous Indian. Who have did more rape, robbery, and murder than white folks did? Think about this now. Who have did more rape, robbery, and murder than they did? There is nobody on the planet and more dirty than white folks. You know what we good at? We good at everything positive with our hands. Cooking, dancing, singing, fixing on cars, creating things, stuff like that. We good at everything except for we can be, you know what I mean? We're not, when it comes to wickedness and low down and dirty, we don't fit that. We was trained and taught to be that way. You see what I'm saying? But white folks, they better at wickedness. They good at wickedness. They more better at wickedness and manifesting a wicked, evil nature. They good at that. We good, black people, we so-called black people, we're good at loving and trying to accept our oppressors. This is our mindset. We love the very people who raped, robbed, and murdered this country. We embrace them faster than we embrace our own. We are more willing to love our people who have raped, robbed, and murdered and killed, steal, and robbed off the native American Indian and took their country and all of that. We're willing to embrace them, and we hate each other instead of turning this. See, we are victims. You have victims in the black community that we attack each other. Victims attacking victims. And instead of us attacking each other as victims, why don't we turn this hatred around that we have for each other, that we have been brainwashed to do this to each other, and turn the hatred on the people who actually infiltrated this evil in society, such as the European people of the devil that the Bible speaks of, the Caucasian people. We do a good job at hating each other, but we do a good job at loving the enemy, the white man. We do a good professional job when it comes to loving the white man. Malcolm X said it best. The house Negro ate the master's food. He loved the master and protected the master and was fighting harder to put the master's house out with fire more than the master did. His master more than the master loved himself. But there's something bad that the master's house burnt down. When you told that field Negro from this devil, he would even ask no question. He would leave. But if you would ask the house Negro, let's leave, let's separate from this enemy, you know what that house Negro would say, Malcolm X would say? He said it best. He would look at the man that said that and say, you crazy. How am I going to survive? How am I going to feed my family? That's what the house Negro would say. You see what I'm saying? That's what the house Negro would say. How am I going to feed my family? That's what you call a modern day Uncle Tom. And we have some modern day Uncle Toms today that will take and beat a black man that that would beat a black man to death. Yeah, that's a modern day Uncle Tom. That's what you call the house modern day Uncle Tom Negro. You see them all the time on TV when they getting on there talking against R. Kelly and all that. That's a modern day Uncle Tom, a house Negro. Those are signs of a house Negro. The house Negro is the one that let me tell you how you can identify a house Negro. A house Negro, you identify them like this. Well, we wasn't there. We don't really know whether that happened. Like, use the example of Bill Cosby. How you have, I done seen a lot of people, our people get on national TV and get on YouTube and be in them interviews. And they say, well, do you think Mr. Cosby did that? A lot of our people would say, let me explain it to you like this. When they say that, you're like, oh Lord, they're getting ready to just be a house Negro. I wasn't there, so I can't speak for that situation, but I can speak for me. I was this here and I was molested and this and that. But I can't speak. I wasn't there. It could be true if he's found guilty and all of that. You know, the Uncle Tom Negro stuff. Well, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? If he's guilty, then do the time. If not, you know, you're not innocent, you're not guilty. You're innocent until proven guilty. So I can't say that. Usually when you find out people talking like that, that is a red flag of a modern day Uncle Tom. A modern day house Negro. You don't have to. Guess what? We wasn't there when Dylann Roof went into that church and shot all them 9 black people and killed them in cold blood and wounded some other people and that. We wasn't there, but we know for sure that he did that. So what you gonna say about that? You're gonna say, well, we wasn't. No, you wasn't there, but you know a white boy went into a church and shot some people. How about that? Yeah, we wasn't there then. We don't control this world, but we know it's white people that's ruling the world. That's right. Alton Sterling, all those who was Mike Brown, Eric Garner, who was put the chokehold on. We wasn't there, but we know for sure by the videos that they put the chokehold on him and killed him. So stop going around with all this word and all that kind of stuff. No, we wasn't there doing slavery, but we do know we suffered over 400 and some years of slavery. We know that the police is, when black men walk out in the streets, we know that it's a chance we gonna get harassed for being black. I mean, being a so-called man of color, we gonna be, well, a bank was just robbed and we just want to just check your identity just to make sure the bank just got robbed. And so you look like you fit the shot to put car and lean over and don't move until they go in the car and run your ID through that person, or whether you be a John Doe or something like that. And you got to stand there with your hands up in the air. You can't put your hands in your pocket and all that kind of stuff while we run your ID, and then you got police pulling up, making sure that you don't get out of line while you being an innocent black man being pulled over, don't know what's going down. They just told your bank was robbed, and because you're a man of color, you just look like you fit that description. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sick and tired of seeing them put our people in the image in the media, trying to make our people out is to be something that they not. They ain't said nothing else about that 7-day pastor. That's why I say 7-day Adventists and all of that, that was created. And that was a movement that started by the so-called white people. I don't follow religion. I follow the Bible. The Bible is not a religious book. It is a history that belongs to no other nation or people but the so-called Negroes. That Bible belongs only to the Negroes. That's why they hate us so much. I don't follow no Methodist. Methodist, it was started by a man by the name of William Miller. There was a movement in his day that he wanted to start, like in the 18th or the 19th century. He was trying to get a group of people together and make and form a movement. He called it a spiritual movement, but it wasn't based upon God. It was based upon the white man's ideology. So leave white supremacy alone. Come out of the ways of America. The ways of America is religion. Is the ways of. All right, I'm out.